Witches, trolls, cannibals, online sexual predators, ghosts, and motion sickness.
There's one thing they all have in common.
Found footage films.
Welcome to Movies.Aye. So found footage films.
Yeah. Considered one of the first found footage films was Cannibal Holocaust, even though like the first half of the film isn't found footage.
That's why whenever I was watching it, because you told me to watch it, I was so confused. I was like, are you sure this is a found footage film? And you're like, yeah.
Yeah, it's meant to be the predecessor to all the other ones, because halfway through the film they find a documentary film crew that was murdered and eaten by the cannibals, and you basically just watch what they filmed.
Yeah. Oh, so dark, bro. It's like...
It is. It's a really fucked up film.
It's just so like when I was watching it, I wasn't expecting it to be what it was. I was expecting more cannibalism and stuff.
Oh yeah. No, but it's just like...
It was more what he was willing to do to get a good shot.
Yeah, the guy, like, the whole team of teenagers who are filming are complete assholes.
Yeah, like, I didn't realise, the one for the pool thing, I thought that was something like a sacrificial thing. I didn't realise that was them.
No, really?
Who did that? I didn't really, yeah.
Did they do that?
Yeah, sure, do you remember they raped the freaking girl?
I didn't realise they put her on the pole.
Yeah, because you remember, they were sitting filming, and he was like, he was smiling a little bit, and then he's like, dude, the camera's on. He's like, oh god, this must be some sort of like sacrificial thing. But it was them that shoved her on the pole.
Really? Yeah. I can't even remember that part from the film. Fair play. I'll take your word for it. See, if I watch it again and you're wrong, I'm going to slap her at you.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So will the rest of the world, because it'll be online now.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, that doesn't mean anything.
No, he was smiling. I'm pretty, because they raped the girl and then I think they shoved her through a pole. I didn't realise how they did that at first.
She was like sitting on
a bike chair and then
just holding the pole. Because whenever the film came out, the director got arrested.
Sure, he had to bring her as a witness or something, didn't he?
Yeah, he had to bring one of the cast members. Well, they had a contract with the cast members that they had to disappear for a year. But then because he was brought in the court, because he was brought in the court, they had to get somebody to come in, and he's like, yeah, it's all fake, and you have to show them how they did all the special effects and stuff. Which is crazy. It was also like one of the original video nasties in the UK.
What's a video nasty?
A video nasty was before we had the rating system in the UK. There's all these movies just came out and they were just out there.
Oh.
Like the Evil Dead and stuff. Like they're so gory and grotesque and shit.
But it's just classed as a video nasty?
Yeah, because they were out before the rating system, and then they would get banned because the rating system was like, nah, we're not letting this film around our country. But it was like, I think it was it was banned over here in 1983, and
Cannibal Holocaust or
Cannibal Holocaust, yeah. And then in like 2001, it was released with like 15 minutes of the film cut.
What's the cut?
I can't remember what the actual cuts were.
Yeah.
So I can't. But then 2011, it was released again, but like
full,
almost full. There's like 15 seconds of it that is still cut. I'm pretty sure a lot of it's to do with the tortoise scene.
That was something.
Yeah. They actually kill a tortoise on screen.
They killed all the animals that were on screen, so they did, because there's a bit with a possum, I think, and he decapitates, like he stabs it with a pin.
Yeah.
At when they're actually filming bit.
But yeah, Cannibal Holocaust is considered one of the first found footage films, and then everything kind of went quiet for a good while.
Yeah, and then
in
Sacrament, didn't you say was next?
Sacrament? No, that was well after.
Oh, what's next then?
The next one after that, there was a man. Well, it wasn't like the proper next one, but it's the next one that I know of. Was Man Bites Dog.
What's it about? Like, quite a few of these I haven't seen, so Darren is going to sit and
I'll explain. Story time with Darren. Yeah, Man Bites Dog is about this film crew in Belgium who follow around a serial killer in his day-to-day life. Yeah, and he's like comes across as this really nice guy.
Yeah.
And he's like sitting talking away to the film crew and all, like having a joke with him, and then next minute he'll just clock a scan in the corner and be like, right, and he just goes up behind him and gets a bit of wire. It's like starts strangling them.
Oh, so they didn't realise he was a serial killer?
No, they knew he was a serial killer.
But he just decides to start killing them eventually?
He's like, no, he doesn't kill the crew.
So
no, he's like killing other people, just...
Oh, right, okay.
They're just following him around as he's killing people and stuff, and how he like gets rid of the bodies and stuff. But then the crew start getting killed accidentally by like rival people or police and stuff.
Yes.
And then they start sort of joining in and all.
So they get like out of it.
They start joining in with the killer.
Oh.
So it draws a line between.
Is it good?
No.
Movie?
It's considered really good, but I just find it very boring.
Oh.
Maybe if I watched it back then I would have been like,
Yeah.
oh, this is great, but it came out the year I was born, and I watched it last year for the first time, and I was like, yeah, it's a good premise and all, it's just really dull.
Yeah. The Blair Witch Project was what I like watched first, but I didn't like it the first time I watched it at all. But the one that won it for me is still Chronicle for some reason.
Chronicle?
Yeah.
It was a really good film.
Yeah. That's the original like found footage I watched, like when it came out.
Yeah.
That was the first movie. Like when it came out, I watched it in the cinema, so I did, and really enjoyed it.
Fair play. I don't think I did watch it on the cinema. I think I actually waited till it came out on DVD because it was whenever it came out around about the same time as other found footage films, and I was like, I'm sick of found footage films.
But that was probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Just for, there's just something good. I think it's very well done in the way, like certain found footage films, the camera's really well done, but the way, whenever they're fighting near the space, like the Space Needle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever it's like showing you from like the helicopter point of view, you're not hearing what they're saying, and then he grabs all the phone cameras, and that's when you start hearing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? How they do it? Everything was like literally just cameras.
No, it was really well done. So it was, and it wasn't like a motion sickness type film either.
No, it was just very, like, it was what superpowers would be like. I think if someone actually had superpowers in the real world.
Yeah, but yeah, you were talking about the Blair Witch Project. That was like the other big boom or like the first big boom for found footage films.
The first time I watched it, I really didn't like it.
Anytime I watch it, I don't like it. I think it's a terrible film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've rewatched it since, and...
No, I remember, like, I watched it back when it came out, probably around about, well, I'm a little bit older than you, but I watched it whenever it was out on, like, copied VHS.
Oh,
so it was, and I was sitting watching it, like, with all my mates, and we're all sitting there, like, this isn't scary. We're like a bunch of kids, like...
I don't think it's meant to be scary. I think... Because that's what whenever I was saying about how found footage films, a lot of them leave you with a lot of questions. The one, like, the question I put about the Blair Witch is she real?
Yeah.
And obviously the sequel to it confirms that she's real.
Are you, well, depends what sequel you're talking about.
Not the shit sequel that's in between. No, I'm talking about the sequel about his brother.
The sequel that was also found footage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not that. No.
The other one?
That was...
The sequel that was about the first film, like people who are obsessed with the first film.
That was awful.
Yeah, it was crap.
I didn't like it.
It actually could have been good if the...
Apparently, is it a true story about what actually... No.
It's just like a drama, or a exaggerated version of what people were like when the Blair Witch Project came out.
Yeah.
Because people were going apeshit about it for no fucking reason.
But obviously, the story, obviously in the new version of it, it's confirmed, yes, the Blair Witch is real.
Yeah.
But that's the one thing I enjoyed about it, is you don't know what the heck's going on in that entire movie.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of people in the woods.
Like, I've heard theories from people on like YouTube and stuff saying it was all planned by Josh and Mike.
Yeah.
To kill her, like...
Yeah. I never heard that. I think what sold it for the Blair Witch Project originally was everything that came before the movie came out.
The ARG sort of styled stuff.
Yeah. Because they got the
missing posters,
the websites and stuff, and like the guys that made the Blair Witch Project have been having this idea conceived from 1993, and the movie came out in 99, but it's based in 94.
Oh, so it was to make it look like it was actually...
Yeah, like it's been a couple of years since this has actually happened, that's how...
And no one from that movie's actually been in anything else since.
Oh, well, they're all fucking terrible actors and actresses, so I'm not surprised. That was like one thing that kind of gave it away with me, is like, people aren't like that in real life.
Yeah.
They don't get on like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah. The thing about the Blair Witch Project as well, before it became The Last Broadcast, which got overshadowed by the Blair Witch Project.
Was it good?
No.
Why are you bringing that up?
Because there's a lot of controversy between it's done differently. Like, there was a whole, like, the guys from the Last Broadcast that made it said they were like going to sue the people from the Blair Witch Project at one point.
Is it the same idea?
It's not even, like, the Last Broadcast is about the Jersey Devil. So it is, and like some guy going crazy and killing these other two, like, fact or fiction TV show hosts.
Oh, like people, like I can't even think of an example, but I know what you're on about. Just people talking about the Jersey Devil and Bigfoot.
And like, it's kind of like a documentary, and it goes into the found footage of what
happened.
They shot, but it's a really boring fucking movie.
Is the Jersey Devil even in it? No.
It's just like kind of about the guy just killing the people, so it is. But they say, like, because the Blair Witch Project came out so close to it, they're like, oh, they're stealing all our idea and all.
Yeah, not really. I don't really.
Like, theirs is a witch and 3 people in the woods. Like, theirs was like 3 people in the woods, but done differently.
What did you prefer about the new one? Obviously, I haven't seen it yet. What was
I think the new Blair Witch, the budget obviously adds a lot to it. It's not as shaky cam. I hate shaky cam because you're watching it, you're like...
But does it really make it?
It gives me a sore head more than anything, so it does.
Not really, for me.
Well, fuck you. You don't wear glasses or anything. But yeah, with the new one, I can't say the acting's any better, it's not. But it's just more interesting, more happens.
Yeah.
Like, throughout the movie, there's actually seems to be things happening to move the plot along, whereas in the original Blair Witch Project, it was like, the map goes missing, one of the guys go missing, all of a sudden they find this house and it's over. You're like, alright,
I think it had something to do with, the end of the original had something to do with the story that was told about the old man that killed people.
Yeah, it was the guy that like made the people stand in the corner. Yeah. That's the mythology of the Blair Witch Project is a lot better than the movie.
Yeah.
After the Blair Witch Project, it kind of died down again. So like very briefly died down again.
Oh, just very briefly, like.
Yeah, but then there's like all these other films from different countries and stuff coming out that had the same sort of idea with the found footage and all. And one of the ones that I came across years ago was Suicide, which is a German film, which I cannot find anything about on the internet.
Are you sure this was a legit?
I'm positive this is film. I was meant to get it. It's in my dad's house. I was meant to grab it to bring with me.
Oh, you have this film?
I actually have the film, yeah.
But you cannot find anything
online. All I found out is that there's another name for it, which is what is the other name for it? It's finalcut.com. It's like other name for it. It's because the story of Suicide was this guy filming all these different people committing suicide. But then like, I think the first scene of the film is like this guy on top of a building and he's like looking down and he's like, no, I can't do it, I can't do it. And the guy's filming, he's like, go on. He's like, no. He's like, you could help me. And he's like, the guy kind of like steps back and all.
Oh, he doesn't
and then he's like, what? And he's like, no, I can't do it. And then he starts to run down the stairs and the guy with the camera's just chasing him. Like, running down the stairs of this building.
Okay.
But the guy trips and falls and ends up like decapitating himself. And the guy just films it, and then it cuts, and you're on to the next scene. Somebody else about to commit suicide.
Is that the whole movie, pretty much?
It's literally just scene after scene of people committing suicide, but then it gets to the point where this guy's like not wanting to commit suicide. You know, he's getting the razors and all.
Yeah.
And then, no, it's not even a razor. It's a needle with air in it. He thinks that he's going to pump air into his blood and get an air bubble going to his heart. Yeah. But he's like, I've heard this is really painless and all. And he does it, and then next one he's like, and the guy's like, shut up! So he like drops the camera and he gets the pillow and he freaking like suffocates the guy. Yeah. And then there's other things like...
Good movie?
No, shit.
There's not very many found footage films that are good.
It's interesting concept, but it's just... I don't know, as a whole, it's
there's something nice about watching a found footage film because there's something very real about it.
Yeah.
At the same time as being...
It's like... unlocks this inner fucking need to watch something horrific.
Yeah.
Because it's so personal with found footage.
It's like up in someone's like...
Up in your face.
Yeah, it's not like it's like this camera going between two people talking or something. It's literally like...
It's like they're talking to you almost.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's what it puts you in the boots of whoever's filming. Yes. So it does. But yeah, that was one of the random ones throughout the years that I came across. Okay. Not because of myself. My dad had bought it from this weird freaking website. That's not as dodgy. It's like Vipco's Faults of Horror. So this is all these really B-movie type films. Oh dear. So yeah, I don't think really much really kind of happened in the early 2000s with found footage so much. But then 2007 hit, and that was the big year that found footage became the mainstream staple that it is today. Because that's when...
Cloverfeild came out in 2007.
Cloverfeild, Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
Wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is probably my favourite. Like,
oh, really?
Found footage film,
Cloverfield, not?
No. I'm not as big a fanboy of Cloverfield as you are.
I'm such a big Cloverfield.
Like, I like 10 Cloverfield Lane, it kind of stays about there.
All of them, it's the universe it is created. Universe. It's so...
It is a paradox in itself.
J.J. Abrams has just got that. Like, have you ever seen his freaking TED talk about a box?
Yes, I have. The mystery box. He needs to fucking get rid of that box.
He needs to open it and be like, there's nothing in it.
That's basically what he's doing. Yeah, he's like, there's another mystery. I'm not going to tell you what's happening. Ever.
He's going to die, but then he's not going to be dead.
He'll be the Cloverfield monster.
Oh, God.
But yeah, no, his Paranormal Activity was the big start up again for the found footage in the mid 2000s.
I've only seen the first 3.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Because they're not that.
Because I've heard after 3 comes. Is there a 4 or is it the ones that are
1, 2, 3? There's the ghost dimension and the marked ones.
is that not
the marked ones and then the
4?
ghost dimensions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the ghost dimension one's the 3D one where everyone was just like, right, fuck it, we're done. Just.
This should have been done after the second one.
They should have been done after the second one.
Yeah. Well, the third one's like a prequel one.
The third one's is it not based before all of them? Like how
that's the 2 girls when they're your kids, like the 2 sisters.
How it came to be, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. But I remember watching Paranormal Activity for the first time ever because I'd got a copy of it, and this is before it was out in cinemas or anything, and I'd never heard of it. Yeah, this was back whenever it was. Paramount didn't own it at this point, and it was being circulated around like film festivals and stuff.
Paramount didn't even own it at some point.
It was the guy that just made it himself. Or what's his fucking name? I don't know, Pele.
I don't know.
Yeah, that dude. They made Paranormal Activity is now rolling in the cash of it because of the franchise. But yeah, I got this copy of it somehow and was sitting watching it, and 3 o'clock in the morning, I was sitting watching it the whole way through. I was like, this is kind of creepy. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm looking forward to see what happens at the end.
The girl, you're on about the girl at the very end with like the face.
That doesn't happen in my copy.
Oh, what happens in your copy?
In my copy that I watched, the girl gets up, stands at the bed for hours, as she does in every version, stands and watches her, and then she fucks off.
Yes.
Just walks away. Mm-hmm. And then her like husband, Mika, whatever his name is, gets up.
I can't remember.
Yeah, he gets up, walks around the bed, goes out, he's sitting shouting her name, can't remember her name, sitting shouting it, and then you hear him scream, and you hear like this weird noise.
Is this the one where she crawls in and like freaking...
Nope, she just walks in holding a knife and sits down. Nothing else happens, and then the camera speeds up and all again, so it does.
Yeah.
And it speeds up for like so long, and you hear a voice recording of her sister calling her, and she's still sitting there beside the bed just like that, and her sister's wondering where she is and all, and that speeds up again. It's like another day.
So she's just sitting there,
sitting there for so long, yeah. And then the police come in.
Yes.
And they're sitting saying, "Is anybody there?" You hear them find the body of her husband and stuff, and then she like snaps out of it, and like gets up and she's like, Mika or whatever his name is.
Oh, so she's
just holding a knife, and then the police officer's like, "Drop the weapon!" And like, "What's happening?" They're like, "Drop the weapon!" And then they just shoot her, and it ends, and it just says "in memory of." And I was sitting there like, "Fucker, 4 o'clock in the morning," like, no, that's not fucking real. What the fuck?
Did you think it was real?
Like, it really just got me because it was such a bleak ending.
Yeah.
And then, like,
the other version.
Months had passed, and I went to cinema suit with a friend, and that bit at the end happened, and I went, bullshit!
Do you prefer your ending?
Yes! Because it was so much more realistic, because the rest of the movie had been so subtle up until that point.
Oh, and you feel like that's too much?
That just fucking ruined it for me. Yeah. That jump scare, that was whenever Paramount got the rights to the film, or the distribution rights, and like, we want a new ending with that stupid CGI face and jumping towards the screen.
It was like she looks at the screen, doesn't it, and then it like changes?
She throws his body towards the screen, and then she's like, crawls over to him, and it looks and it changes.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's fucking stupid. But yeah, that was my first experience of Paranormal Activity, and I was disappointed from there on after Paramount.
So you do really like the first one of the version you've watched?
Yeah, I like the original first version of the Paranormal Activity because it was interesting just to watch these two and the things build up. I think
there's not as many jump scares really in.
No.
Like, it's more just, it seems real.
Whenever things do happen, it's more impactful in the first one.
It's more like, what the f was it?
Whereas in the second ones and everything after, it's like jump now, and you're like, well, this is boring.
But then a lot of horrors are just like that sometimes.
That's why I don't like. That's why I don't jump at horror films, because they're predictable.
But it's your favorite genre?
Yeah, it is, because I like ghost stories.
Everyone likes ghost stories, even if they don't like ghost stories.
Yeah, everybody enjoys being scared a little.
Right.
But then that was also the same year that George A. Romero. Do you know George A. Romero?
Zombie creator?
Yeah. Yeah, he created the flesh-eating zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Night of the Living Dead. He brought out his fifth film, which was Diary of the Dead, which was his first found footage zombie film.
I heard it's awful.
It's not good. The CGI in it's fucking awful. Like, there's one bit where they get like, you know, the wee defibrillator?
Yes.
And she like sticks it on the zombie's head and the eyes pop out and it's just a CGI goo coming out of her eyes and stuff. Like, the practical effects on the zombies are great.
Yeah.
So like,
but is that not like his winning streak really? That's what he.
They would have to be good.
But from what I've heard about it, when I was watching a few YouTube things, they said that it was too unreal. It was too much really good acting in it.
Like, I think say that.
Well, no, not really good acting, but like.
What made it too It's like
Do you know why
unreal.
like found footage films need to have that slight bit of like? It has to be like you have to feel like they're not acting.
Yeah.
Almost, or does that have to be a really good actor to feel like you're not
That's
acting?
a really good actor.
Yeah.
What makes Diary of the Dead look too good was he had a cinematographer. Whenever he was filming it, he hated the idea of cameras shaking and stuff.
Oh, so he didn't like the idea.
So
of
whenever you
footage?
watch Diary of the Dead, everything's really smooth.
Oh really?
So it is. So it looks like a movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a found footage film.
I think even like you said, like you prefer found footage films without shakiness, but I think there still needs to be that slight bit
There's
of.
a slight bit of realness. I hate it like whenever they're running and stuff and you just see the camera going like that. There's no fucking point to it. So there's like, I don't mind a bit of, turning and stuff like that there. I don't like looking this.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. That pisses me off. That was what most of Blair Witch Project seemed like to me.
Yeah,
Because what they used to film, they couldn't really do much better, but
Yes.
that was the same year Diary of the Dead came out. Wreck came out, which is a much more superior zombie film.
I enjoyed it, so I did.
Yeah, and it was Spanish, and it was fucking brilliant.
I hated the fact it was Spanish. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Why did you hate those
I
Spanish?
can't. I hate subtitles, bro.
Why did you watch it dubbed it then?
Huh?
Dubbed?
Oh, there's a dubbed version.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's always a dubbed version.
Is there?
Yeah. But they're usually ridiculous because like
'Cause
they're
it's like, yeah,
doing
you-
voiceovers over other audio that doesn't really match in with the film
Yeah.
and stuff at times. But no, I fucking loved it. And then
I think the second one's not Spanish.
this,
Are they all Spanish?
they're all Spanish. All the originals,
haven't
they
s-
remade them in America
Oh,
because
right.
of how much of a big hit it was.
Maybe I've seen one. I think
Yeah,
the first
it's
one
the
I've
chick
seen.
from Dexter, like his sister plays the reporter in the remake. It's called Quarantine. I'm pretty sure.
I think I've seen Quarantine, but I think
That's the
I
remake
think I
of
might
Wreck.
have seen Second Quarantine.
I don't Terminal. I think the second
Terminal,
one's called,
yeah.
but I don't think it has anything to do with the original series. It's
Yeah.
just a sequel to.
It's the same
remake.
thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's confusing. But yeah, I didn't like the remake at all because they just tried to do the exact same thing as the Spanish version, only shittier because
Oh.
it's American. They're just not good at remakes.
It depends on the remake. It.
It was already an American film.
Oh, you mean on remakes? Of
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you just meant remakes. So
No. I will agree there is some better remakes than originals. That'll be a video for another day. After 2007, whenever the big boom of
Paranormal and
Parano
Cloverfield.
Activity and on Cloverfeild and stuff came out, that's whenever it was a staple, like every year. There's going to be a couple of found footage films. So that's whenever you get like Troll Hunter and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a really good one. Like, that's one good film out of a load of really shit found footage films because, like, for every Cloverfield, Troll Hunter, and
There's always
Wreck, there's always like 100 fucking Diary of the Deads.
like for every group of hot chicks, there's always the ugly one.
Yeah.
Is
That's
that
a really
is
bad
that-
analogy, but yeah.
But yeah.
I'll tell you one terrible film. I'll go off Troll Hunter for a second. I was going to tell you, but it's anyway. Megan is Missing.
Yes, you said.
Because a lot of people have been breaking this film up saying, oh, it's a really good film. And all like, the girls in this film are high school girls and they're meant to be 14. And they're going to parties and drinking like fucking sucking dick and all and doing drugs and all sorts of shit.
Sounds awesome.
Like, if that was a party when I was 14, I
Yeah.
would have been all for it. But
With her
that's,
14?
yeah, that's just not real.
No, that's really
it doesn't
not
work
real.
out like that.
I don't think any party's ever worked out the way like movies
Like,
make
it's
it
an
out.
American and it's over exaggerated as fuck, but that is beyond belief the way they're getting on in this film.
Yeah.
And then there's this whole build up, like this girl talks to this guy online. That's what I was talking about, sexual, like online
Catfish.
people. Yeah, basically kind of like, well, it's still a guy, but she's talking to this guy online and then they're meant to meet up.
Yeah.
So the next day she's missing. So her friend
Oh.
starts talking to the same guy, being like, oh, where's this girl? And it turns out like CCTV footage and all. And finding her going missing
Yeah.
and shit, and then the girl tries to find her friend, she ends up going missing, and then with her camera you see what happened, and she's like
alright.
being tortured, she gets raped, she gets forced to eat dog food, and then
That sounds
the
hot.
one good scene in the film, which lasts 2 seconds, is like, right, I'm gonna let you go, you have to get in this container, opens the container, there's the dead body of her friend sitting there like,
Oh fuck.
and then it just cuts away, and then she runs away, and then next minute she's in the barrel with the dead decomposing body of her friend getting buried alive.
Oh god. And that's the end of the movie, I'm guessing.
Yeah, well, you get like 10 minutes of him burying her. Like the camera just sitting still, and you just see the shovel putting
Oh
like,
really?
dirt over
10
her.
full minutes?
And I was sitting there, and I ended up just going skip. Is this still fucking going? Skip. Is this still fucking going? And then end credits. I was like, that's fucking on.
Just walk out.
I was so annoyed because I waited so long because I had already seen the scene with the body in the container. I was like, oh, that's really cool. I want to see what else happens. Like, that's the only good part of the film. And I wasted an hour and a half of my life.
I feel so bad for you whenever you have sucky films. Like, I don't really care because it's just a film to me, but for you like love films so much. It's just like if you watch a really shitty film, you're like, no.
I know. I just feel like I could have been watching something better. But yeah, we'll go back to Troll Hunter. You haven't seen it yet,
no. I understand the gist of it though. He's a troll hunter. They follow him around, and then
it's really good for us, like Norwegian lore of trolls and stuff. Like they go into all the different types of trolls and all. And it's like a documentary film crew following this guy around hunting the trolls. So in this world, are trolls real, or did they not? Like, is it one of those things where no one knows trolls are real except this guy? I think that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like kind of like a. And then the film crew obviously see it. Yeah. For real. Like Harry Potter, no one knows wizards are real. Like human wise, vampires, barely anyone knows they're real. Yeah. The only people that know are people that they want you to know. Yeah. Yeah. And then you get to other films, I guess, when they brought out the last Exorcism and stuff. That was the first like kind of possession. I'm trying to think if I've seen that before. It's like this guy who claims to be an exorcist, but he doesn't even claim. He tells them like it's all shit. Yeah, he shows them how he fakes it and stuff. But then he comes across the girl who's really possessed. Okay. And the whole film's pretty decent up until the end when it just goes batshit crazy, and you see this guy walking towards this big, massive sacrificial fire thing, like some ritual, and then it just cuts off, and you're like, the fuck? Oh, so you would prefer if it explained what the hell? Yeah, but it continued on about a cult, or if it just turned out to be fake, I would have been Oh. Yeah, but no, it wasn't a good film. There's also other ones as well, like Graven Cartridge was a really cheap one. It was like, have I showed you it before? I don't think so. No, I think you wanted me to watch it, but I didn't get a chance. You couldn't find it. Oh yeah, I don't think it happened anymore. Unfortunately, I don't know why. I think I might have lent it off somebody one time. Yes, but then your movie's out. What? I told you need to stop, like, make a little library booklet of all your movies. As you can tell, he has a lot of movies. But yeah, Graven Cartridge was like a paranormal team going into this house, and like it was like 4 Graven Cartridge, which was a TV show, you know, like Ghost Adventures and stuff like that. And they're going in because you're seeing all the behind the scenes footage stuff of it and all, it says how fake and all the crap it is, and then they get like the medium in. And he's like, I'm only getting paid such and such to do this fucking job and all. Like, he's just acting. Yeah. He doesn't want to be there, but then stuff really starts to happen. Okay. That is actually quite an interesting film, but then they made a sequel and it was dog shit. And there's other ones. Apollo 18, you watched it? Yeah. That's the one where they go to the moon? Yeah. Yeah. I thought it seemed very real to me. It seemed very like, when I remember first seeing the trailer for it, I thought this was like legitimate Apollo 18. Like, it was like, see the footage that was never found before. And I was like... Anytime you hear that, you know it's fake. Yeah, I know. But I thought whenever I first like seen the trailers as a kid, like, because it was out whenever I was still quite young. It was like, I was like 14 2011. Maybe? I was like 14, yeah. Ish. Yeah. 14-ish. 14, 13. So I was gullible. You're still gullible, yeah. I know. Funny. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. But yeah, I thought it was real. I thought this was like, there was an Apollo 18 and they never showed us what happened. Because the trailer doesn't really show you the whole fucking spider rocks. Yeah. Which still don't make sense to me, but I thought it was a good film. It seemed, even the movie itself seemed very real. Yeah, it was quite a good film. There's not really much to say, but it was just a decent movie. In general. Makes no fucking sense. Yeah. Except for the bit at the end where it was like, so many of these rocks were given away to like several people. They're now either missing or were stolen. It's like Lunar.com. I was like, is this a real website or something? I can imagine you going on about it at some point. Yeah. But then amongst all the horror films that were coming out, because it's such an easy thing to do in the found footage genre. I think it is, because it's easy to scare people with it. Yeah. Because you can... It's a really cheap way to do horror as well, because you just set up a camera and get people to walk around. But it's to do with like... not having to like change scenes for jump scares. You can literally like have someone panning the camera like this way, and then someone gets up and then panning it this way and have them scream into the camera and not scare. Yeah, that's it. Or else you just have one thing in the corner of the camera. Yes. Just like slowly moving or something. Exactly. Like, yeah, it has a lot more impact. Alright, so between all the horrors and all, you get random comedies come out. Is there more than just the one we're going to talk about? Project X? Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of any other found footage comedy films. Chronicle... No, it's not really a comedy. No, it's more like just the guys in general. Yeah, it's funny.
in ways, but it's more
they are funny,
yeah, they're
but
funny.
it's not a comedy, I think.
I love Chronicle. I'm just gonna or not Chronicle.
What?
I meant Project X.
Oh, you love Project
Yeah,
X?
I love Project X.
See, I would really like Project X if it wasn't for the main character. The guy in like the sweater vest.
Why?
The really obnoxious
because
one.
he became a porn star, Darren. Is that why?
Did he?
Yeah, he was on the Bang Buses. Or Bang Bus.
Of course, you know that.
It's because it was on the news.
Yeah,
so
alright.
it was, no, I legitimately on the news.
No problem.
Haven't watched his porn. Why not?
Yeah, alright.
But you don't like it? Is he the main character to you?
To me, he is, yeah.
He was also in Kid Cannabis.
I haven't watched it.
It's alright.
It's alright.
It's alright. It's a true story, which I like movies that are about true stories. But I feel like some movies just overhype it. It's like, yeah, this is true, this is true. It's not true.
No. But yeah, Project X was quite a funny film. The main character, well, he's not the main character, but the guy who started the party and
the one who,
ignited it all is a pain in the ass, and I find it really hard to watch him.
That's fair. I understand you there.
Like, I hate obnoxious people in films. Especially the way he was, because he's just such like a little rich kid.
I like the guy,
trying to be bad.
the main character.
The main character?
Yeah, the main character who was just the awkward nerd. He was pretty much Michael Cera, but not Michael Cera.
Yeah, I remember that. He was a cheap man's Michael Cera.
Yeah. And the fact that whole movie's based off a real story.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, have you ever seen the news reporting of him? It's just like, why did you just, like, I wanted to. It's like, what are you going to do when your parents get home? It's like, I don't know.
Is that the same day as I've got a party, got me a call or something?
Yeah, that's what he says. If you want a party, give me a call. But he was a twat. But it's based off that, but very not at the same time. It's like
it's the same idea of
like,
a party going mental.
Yeah.
So you get the comedy ones. Well, that comedy one. If there's more,
Yeah.
fair enough. I haven't watched them. But then you go back into the horror.
Yeah.
And then that's when they really started doing like the horror films that are like, oh fuck, what's the word? It's gonna annoy me now. A collaborative of different directors and stuff. Like
from
VHS.
the horror festival. Yeah, it was from the horror festival because it's a film 4 thing. So it was Film 4 Horror Festival is what pitched all the VHS films.
Was it? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Didn't know that. Fair enough. So you get ones like VHS where it's like a bunch of people breaking into this house and they get a bunch of VHS tapes.
Yeah.
And they just start watching them. So
do you have a favourite from those
favorite
ones?
segment?
Yeah, from the first one because I can't remember the second one very well.
From the first one, my favourite segment was probably the first segment, which was the one with the succubus. That's the girl sitting there like, I like you.
Oh, I thought she was meant to be a vampire.
No.
It's a succubus.
Succubus is like this female demon that feeds on men.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the actual description of them, but that's the basic gist of a succubus.
All women, you mean?
All women. You're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, no. I don't mean that. Sorry, Michelle. I didn't mean that.
Another one. I think he was actually one of the directors from the VHS franchise. He did his own found footage full film.
Oh, the Sacrament.
The Sacrament.
We're
just looking at that because you know what my little list says.
I still haven't seen it. You gave me it.
To watch, but you haven't watched it. No, The Sacrament is really good because it's really like.
Give me a brief summary.
A brief summary. You know about the Jonestown Massacre?
Yes.
And if you don't know about the Jonestown Massacre, it's about Kool-Aid.
It's about Kool-Aid.
It's a religious cult leader who got his whole cult after like so many days, like shooting out with the police and stuff.
Yeah.
To drink Kool-Aid laced with all sorts of fucking drugs and shit to kill them.
Everything.
Yeah. Sprite cyanide and shit or some stuff. But yeah, like this is then the Sacrament. It's this Vice team go, Vice.
Like police?
No, like documentary.
Oh, you said
crew.
the Vice, yeah.
Yeah, they're Vice. They're on YouTube and stuff. So they're, and they have their own channel, Viceland and stuff. Yeah, this wee team from Vice go in to this religious cult because one of the members, I don't even know if he's actually a member of Vice or he's just there with them, but his sister is part of the cult.
And he wants to
so
get around
they go in and they just want to like talk to everybody and talk to the leader and all, but then they realize some people are scared there. They're not happy to be there.
They don't want to be there?
They don't want to be there. They're being held against their will.
Yeah.
So they try to kind of get into the whole what's actually going on here.
Yeah.
And then with them being there, they kind of trigger and them trying to help people and all. They kind of set everybody off.
What do you mean?
All the other religious cult members.
Oh, they make
set them off, they become violent.
Okay.
And then that's whenever they start killing the other members that want to leave. They start killing the film crew.
Oh, alright.
There's one particular, like I'm just going to ruin it for you.
I'll watch it anyway.
Yeah. There's one scene where the sister gets her brother
Yeah.
Whenever all this
is she one of the legit ones?
She wants to like die. She wants to. So she like injects her brother with this thing, and he's slowly dying on this chair, all tied up.
Oh fuck.
So she's just staring at him. Next minute, she just fucking lights herself on fire. Yeah. Damn. And then it's like everybody else, like you were up close and personal because they like nicked the camera from the crew. Yeah. Watching these people like drink the Kool-Aid basically.
Oh, and kill them.
And dying, and the people that don't want to, and people feeding their children it and stuff. Like you're seeing all this shit going on, and then you just see like the big bastard, the fucking cult leader, just like, this is all good, it's redemption and all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't die.
No, he gets killed. Like,
he gets killed. But
yeah, but it's a really good film, just exploring that whole sort of situation, and it kind of gives you an insight of what it might have been like back in Jonestown.
Yeah.
During that whole massacre. But yeah, I would highly recommend watching that film. Ty West is a great director. Anyway, he did House of the Devil and The Innkeepers. And then the one you want to talk about now.
As Above. No, as above. As Darren put it to me when he messaged me about this, as below, so above.
Fuck off. I couldn't remember the name of it. It didn't sound right when it was messaged. I was like, is that what
This movie is great, but makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, it kind of goes like upside down or something.
Yeah, it's something to do with, what is it she keeps saying, as above, so below. The world I see is the way I see it, or some shit like that.
I can't remember. Yeah. I have watched it, but it was a very good film.
It's about the Philosopher's... Oh, you haven't watched As Above, So Below?
No, I have.
Oh, I thought you said...
No, I said I have watched it, but I can't really remember, but it was really good.
You haven't watched it. I was going to be like, slap you across the face.
I know the Philosopher's Stone's in it.
Yeah.
And I know it's in the catacombs, isn't it? The French catacombs.
Well, it's not the skull catacombs, it's the actual catacombs.
Right, okay.
So it's like... There is bits of it that have the skeletons of people in it.
They go into the catacombs, but then they go... Are they like deeper?
It's complicated. They start off. Do you not remember they crawl through the bones, and she's like, "Oh, we can go through this door. This is quicker."
Yeah.
He's like, "No one goes in there," and then they crawl through the bones. But the bones, like wherever they walk through, it brings them right back to that door. So they're doing. He's like, "How do we end up back here?" And then I don't know. Like they kick down the door. They decide to walk through, and that's just where shit starts to go.
I remember like they go. Are they crawling down phrases or something? And then
they keep going deeper, so they do, but it doesn't make logical sense how they're going deeper because they're going so deep. And then it just gets, it gets in the religion and stuff and alchemy a lot.
Yeah.
It's about Nicholas Flamel making the Philosopher's Stone, and then she finds the Philosopher's Stone at one point, but then they have to go, that's whenever things get flipped around, they have to go back through things.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing but upside down. So it is, and then...
Don't they all start like seeing things from their past?
Yeah, some of them do. She sees her dad hanging because he killed himself over the Philosopher's Stone.
There's like a burning car and stuff.
Yes, there's a burning car for the one who takes him because I think he had a car accident or something and killed his friend. And then he gets dragged in. Sure, remember his feet are like dangling out from under the ground. The fella who was in Cloverfeild for a brief second, who's quite a main character in that.
Yeah.
He sees his brother who drowned in a cave. So he does, but I think he survives. I think him, the main girl, and one of the French guys survive.
Fair enough.
But they don't remember sure they have to like
they open the
pipe and come through
and go through,
and then it just ends with them like crying because I don't think they even know what happened.
Yeah, because the camera just gets set at the side and then they crawl out.
It's to do with she thought the Philosopher's Stone was the actual stone, but then it's something to do with like the Philosopher's Stone's in all of us. I'm pretty sure because she's able to all of a sudden heal his freaking neck that he got bit into like with her hand.
Alright. Some crazy shit.
Yeah, some crazy shit. It's just so...
It was a good film though.
It was a good film, but I still have a lot of questions to what happened in it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
No. So...
You forgot a few films?
What other films?
The Visit?
The Visit? I have never seen The Visit.
You've never seen The Visit?
Never seen it. I know it's about a granny. Like a weird granny.
Oh, it's about a weird granny and a
I know your man M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong did it.
It's actually quite good.
Yeah?
It's probably... It kind of partly... It brings a little bit of comedy into thinking about it.
Yeah.
But it's very subtle comedy. But I won't ruin it for you, but you should watch it.
I will watch it. I don't know, it always flew under my radar for some reason. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about found footage films and then?
There's very few that are expensive, I've noticed.
But then with that, there's very few that are good.
You know something? I loved found footage up until I watched Cannibal Holocaust.
Why?
I don't know. Mate, that movie just messed me up last night.
Why?
It's just so... I don't know. There's just something about it. And the fact that it's what started all of it.
Allegedly. Like,
oh, so there could have been.
There might have been something before. I don't really know.
But would it have been the one that kickstarted it, like.
That's the one everyone goes to whenever they think what like kind of started found footage. It's Cannibal Holocaust.
I don't know.
Probably because it's the most controversial film ever, apparently.
Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe. We didn't say that ever in any of the other things. Subscribe, you bitches.
Well, now they're really going to subscribe.
What is it every YouTube video says? It's like, subscribe and click that little fucking bell icon.
Subscribe, like, and hit the bell icon so you get notified every time we upload a new video. Which will probably be like another month or so from now.
Fucking a month from now, we'll have our kids in the video. Oh yeah, we're gonna be kids. We're
gonna be kids. We're going back in time, everybody.
It's just like
we're going to have kids. It's not a month. We'll try and get another video before we become dads.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, I need to take a shit. Oh, it's not.
Thank you.
It's not doing it.